Hey guys, I am always excited when I get help from a friend for these episodes, and it's not the friend you're seeing at the bottom of your screen, which is my friend Miko, all 22 plus pounds of him. He is my friend, but that's not the friend I'm talking about. In the last episode of Terrific TV Toys, my friend Jason showed you his Cooter's tow truck from the Dukes of Hazzard, and that was very cool. It's got a lot of views. This time, my friend Brian is the one who is helping out with this item I'm going to show. And it's actually 3 different items if I can get Miko to get out of the way. You know, I'm on the floor, so I really can't control the production of this episode as much as usual because usually I'm on the table. But there's an item in here that I have to spread out, and I'm going to spread that out on the floor, and you'll see that in a second. But yeah, 3 items from Brian. He was kind enough to give me. And Brian is a big fan of Star Trek, like I am. Okay, Miko, can I have my bag? Thank you. He's gonna go in there. Okay, what this says, he's never been on video before. He's really hamming it up. It's kind of like he knows. It says 55-year mission, Las Vegas. And this is from Star Trek, Las Vegas, which my friend Brian has attended. I have never been there. I would love to go there, being a really big fan of cons, as I have been all through my adulthood, even before cons were popular. So maybe someday I'll get to this Star Trek Las Vegas. Anyways, it's a great bag. It's like felt, and it's pretty sturdy, and it's got these nice straps, and so we'll look at it all around. Nothing on the back, but two-tone gray, like charcoal gray and light gray felt. Okay, so what's inside from my friend Bri? Okay, so the first thing we'll look at is this wonderful hat. Star Trek Picard. Oh boy, there's another one I'm not familiar with because I actually have not watched this show. But Brian is a fan of it, and so he gave me this cap, burgundy, with Star Trek Picard on it. Even got a Star Trek label there. 2019 it says CBS Studios. So love that. Thank you, Brian. And then the big thing, which we're going to look at. Oh my gosh, look at this. Fleece. A fleece throw, and it's from the classic Star Trek. Yes, look at that. Captain Kirk and Spock and the Enterprise. Oh my gosh. So let's look at the packaging. It's a celebration of the 50th anniversary of the show, you can see. We'll check it out to see if I can find a date on there. I didn't really do any rehearsal. I just grabbed the bag and set up the camera. So, do I see a date on the 2016? Okay, that makes sense for the anniversary. It says trademark, etc. 2016 CBS Studios, Star Trek and related marks are trademarks, yada yada. Okay, Eugene Textiles Inc. of Canada are the ones who are responsible for this. And it's got some directions on it. Oh my word. Okay. There's some assembly required. All right. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to pause it and we're going to check out this assembly required. Okay, so what you've got with this kit are 2 pieces of fleece, and I've got them laying on the floor. You can see the other piece over there is just a solid light colored blue, and then this piece is like a comic book cover. Look at the gold key logo. I love that, and the 35 cents over there. So this is a comic book cover image, and what we're going to do is put the 2 pieces together because they're about the same size. You have to trim off some of this, like there's a little white border here that's got the copyright and trademark and everything, so you're going to trim off a little bit of that to make it all nice and neat. You're going to put the 2 pieces together, and then when the 2 pieces are lined up on top of each other, you're going to cut off this square in each corner, okay? So each square comes off, and then with the two pieces lined up together, you're going to cut along these lines and create strips. You see how that's going to create strips. And then you're going to have the two pieces, of course, lined up on top of each other. So you're going to take each strip at the top where it meets the uncut part of the fabric. You're going to take each strip and you're going to tie them together. So it's going to be little knots. So I'm going to assemble this off camera and we'll see if we can get her done. Okay, so the two pieces are lined up together as closely as I can match them on the floor, and the squares are cut off in each corner. And so now we proceed to cut all of these lines. Do you think this guy's going to help? I'm really thinking no. Okay, see you in a flash. Okay, I have got one side of the 4 cut up, and you can see the blue part underneath. And I will say, make sure you have everything smoothed out real nice when you lay it on the floor. If you're taking on this project yourself, one of these fleece throw kits, try to line it up as much as possible, because I'm finding as I'm cutting along this side, not so much on this one, you can see, but further on down the line, my blue is coming up a little short underneath the top part. Not that it really matters, because you're going to be tying these together and they're not really going to be lined up. They're going to be forming fringe. So probably doesn't matter that much, but if you're a perfectionist, just do what you can to smooth it out. And make sure that you have nice, sharp scissors. So you don't want to be sawing on this. You want to just have a really clean cut. So what we're doing here, according to the instruction, is we're tying these together, I guess in a knot, and that's going to make the fringe. Yeah, so it doesn't matter if they're really not the same size, because that is the effect we're going for there. So it's going to take me a while. So I will check back, and yes, my assistant is still assisting over there. He's in an advisory capacity. He is not a hands-on kind of guy. So we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, it is about probably 15 minutes since the last clip, and I have now completed 2 sides of the 4, and you can see we've got a nice little playful fringe going on here. So delightful. I will give you another little tip though. I started out in this corner and I was tying the knots pretty tight and very close to the cut point, and I found as I went along that it bunched it up too much, and like in the case of this corner where you've got some words and a logo and everything here, it was bunching it up too much and I couldn't really see the image. And so I went back and I loosened up the first few knots so that they're a little looser, so you can see there's some play. And then that's what I would say, is that as you're tying the knots, don't tie them too tight up to the edge, the cut point. Give them a little bit of play there. And yeah, advisor, still advising. Starting to sleep on the job though. My assistant has moved on to his napping location upstairs, but hey, I'm done. Look at this. We have got a fleece throw. It's all together and it's wonderful and it's ready to use. Look at, it's got the back, it's got the front, and it is complete, and you've got to love that. I would say that this is a nice project if you have kids. I used the floor to put this together, but I could have used the table upstairs, and maybe I even should have. If you use the floor like me, just make sure that you vacuum really well beforehand, because I'm sure this fleece picks up a lot of stuff. But stretch it out on a table, and then everybody could sit at the table and take a side, and you all could be working on it at once, and it would not take very long to knock this out. So cool. Thank you again to my friend Brian for giving me these Star Trek goodies. And I want to do a couple shameless plugs here. Speaking of my friend Brian, my friend Brian with his friend does a podcast. I'm showing it here. It's called Just Beneath the Surface on the Twilight Zone. So he and his friend, they discuss Twilight Zone episodes. And it's interesting because they discuss them, I think, for sociological impact and how the episodes hold up over the years. And I really enjoy the discussion because I'm a big Twilight Zone fan. So take a look at that on YouTube and subscribe. And while you're at it, I want to draw your attention to another channel you should subscribe to. I've got a baby channel I've been trying to build up, and that's just with all three of my names there, Billy Ray Bates. And it is a baby channel, but it's designed to be really fun. I've used it as a place to upload my travel videos. You know, when I go places and I have fun and I do like a quick clip, like even a 30-second clip on video, capturing a moment there. Well, I never really planned to upload them. I planned to just capture them when I was traveling. But now I'm uploading them just because I think they're fun. And, you know, a lot of these are quick clips from different places. I did a series on Key Largo, Florida. Went to Munising, Michigan, to the Pictured Rocks. And by the time I upload this video, the series that I'm doing on Eloise is going to be probably live, at least in part, on the YouTube. There's probably going to be like 10 parts of that series, all quick clips. But if you're not familiar with Eloise, there was a movie done that was set there a few years ago, starring Eliza Dushku, and I worked as an extra in that movie, and that was the first time I ever did extras work, first time I was ever on a real movie set, and I really enjoyed it. And Brian and I got a chance to tour the actual Eloise that was based on. It's called Eloise Psychiatric Hospital, or just Eloise Hospital, or even Eloise Asylum, and it was purchased by a new owner recently. So it is now an attraction, and you can go there and you can take a tour. And the tour that we took is a really nice long tour. It was more than 2 hours, and it was all about the history of Eloise. Excuse me. They also have a supernatural tour, which I was not particularly interested in, but I'm sure a lot of people out there would be interested. So check out this channel, my baby channel. Please like and subscribe. I need subscribers. And you will see the Eloise series of clips that I took while Brian and I were on that tour, which I think are super cool. So yeah, thank you again for watching. I did mention at the top of this episode that I love it when my friends help me out with this stuff. And Jason in the previous episode, Brian in this episode. Next episode is going to have representation from my friend Alex, who inspired me to do an episode on a Dallas item that's coming up. So look for that and take care. We will see you next time on Terrific TV Toys.